I'm Jeff Philbin, and this is Dinner DeeAs. Every day, we invite great chefs to share their ideas for what you could make for dinner. Today, a mindful Mediterranean meal as we bring you healthy, homemade dishes full of flavor. Chicken shawarma, fresh falafel, and an Israeli salad, and much more. Here to guide us through this easy-to-make menu is Chef Allison Zildjian. She runs Zildjian Catering in Sarasota, offering healthy catering and even custom cuisine for athletes. Welcome to the Dinner DeeAs kitchen, my friend.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here because today we're making a multitude of delicious dinner ideas. Chicken shawarma, falafel, and an Israeli chopped salad with a nice tahini sauce. Come on now. This sounds absolutely appetizing. But we're starting with the marinade first for our chicken.
That's correct. So what I'm doing is I'm just getting some cilantro chopped up here. But first what we're going to do is we are going to mix up the marinade for the chicken.
I love it.
So we have some cumin, we have some turmeric, we have some allspice.
Good to the last bit right there.
Some cumin,
Okay.
coriander, a lot of typical Middle Eastern spices that you would find in a lot of this kind of cuisine.
I absolutely love it.
Last, we have some salt, white pepper, and a little bit of a 6 pepper blend.
Okay.
Then I just have some Greek yogurt. It's a plain Greek yogurt.
Okay.
Okay, we'll just put that in there.
Love it.
And if you want, we can mix that up.
I'll definitely help you here.
Get things out of your
And
way.
these are all ingredients that you could find right there at the grocery store.
Absolutely. These are all the dry spices. Like I said, we have a Greek yogurt. Then I'm going to add a little bit of lemon juice and a little bit of olive oil. So we're getting some liquid going here. So we have a nice little marinade, and then I'm going to add just a little bit of garlic because, of course, you know, everything's better with garlic,
Absolutely.
right? Garlic, onions. It's the basis of all great cooking.
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, so we got that mixed up. So now I'm going to add a little bit. So now we're good with that. It's all mixed, incorporated, and you don't need to use the whisk anymore.
Yep.
We're just going to throw in some onion.
Okay.
Well, you can whisk that around. Just toss it.
I'll give you a little bit there. Okay.
All right, and then I have boneless chicken thighs. Okay, and these, I just love boneless chicken thighs because they're just juicy. They
All the flavor.
Yeah, much more flavor.
And then we're going to put this into the fridge
Yeah,
for
we're
now,
gonna
so
go
that way
right into the
it's that
fridge with
beautiful
this.
marinade. Because to make this marinade and the whole meal, Chef Allison is sharing with us today. Grab the recipes at dinnerdeas.com. It's where you can also watch the show again if you missed anything. The easiest way to find us: open the camera app on your phone and zoom in on the QR code on the screen down there in the corner, and a link to us will appear on your phone. Now, another staple of Mediterranean food is falafel. Like, you can't have one without the other. So we got the chicken shawarma taking its marinade here, but the falafel. How are we
Okay.
celebrating this?
So falafel, we're going to make a paste here. So we have fresh cilantro and fresh parsley. Again, very readily available in your grocery store. We have some garlic, jalapeno, and onion.
Love it.
So basically, we're going to put this all in, and we're doing this first because we're not going to pick it. It's okay to use all the stems. And certain times when you're making food like you saw with the chicken shawarma, I took the stems off of that cilantro
Which is the
because
nice
there's a little
leaves.
bit of the bitterness, but we're all good with this. We're just throw it in here, and that's the easy part.
Okay.
We got some cloves, garlic cloves. This is jalapeno, and then I just took half an onion and we chopped that up, gave it a little bit of help. So when we put it in the Cuisinart and we mix it up, we're going to make a little paste with that.
While we blitz all this together, we're taking a break. But when we come back, how Chef Allison cooks up her chicken shawarma right on the stovetop, ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. We're making a Mediterranean meal today with Chef Allison Zildjian. She's joining us to share a healthy recipe for dinner with chicken shawarma, falafel, and an Israeli chopped salad with a tahini sauce. Before the break, we started our chicken shawarma combining spices including cumin, turmeric, allspice, coriander, salt, white pepper, crushed pepper, then adding yogurt, lemon juice, olive oil, onions, and adding diced chicken thighs, which all went into the fridge for that beautiful marinade. Then we started on our homemade falafel, adding cilantro, parsley, jalapeno, and onion to the food processor, making a nice little bit of a paste that brought all together during the break, but it wasn't done just yet.
Nope, we're gonna finish it. So these are a combination of cooked and soaked beans. So I'm just gonna add this to the paste that we made earlier. And then I have cumin. There's a lot of cumin in this recipe. And we have a little bit of salt. And one of the things that's really great about this recipe is I'm using an all-purpose gluten-free flour.
Nice.
So everybody is happy. Also delicious.
Covering all the bases there.
So you never want to compromise on the flavor. And this is a mix of different pepper. We have a 6-pepper blend.
Okay.
We have some white pepper, some black pepper, and then baking soda. So the baking soda is going to allow it to expand and plump up a little bit.
Love it.
So you'll see that when we go to fry it later.
Okay.
And then, easy. Now we're just gonna mix it all together. So, that's it, all right? And then we're just gonna, you wanna get it right into this bowl, and we're gonna put it into the refrigerator. And then we're gonna let this sit for about 20 minutes. Again, this is something that you can make up ahead of time. If you have the time to make it the night before, even better. We gotta. Smells so good, right?
So good.
All right, so we're gonna put this in the fridge.
Okay.
And next we're doing the chicken shawarma.
To grab the recipes for the falafel, the chicken shawarma, or the salad we're about to make, head to dinnerdeas.com. Find us by scanning that QR code we put down there in the corner of the screen. All right, so we've got our chicken shawarma here.
So is our pan nice and hot?
Oh, yeah.
That's
and
what
all
we want to
those
hear.
flavors after that whole night really is what needs.
It's such a beautiful marinade.
Oh, wow. Once it actually hits this.
You smell all that. The cilantro, the turmeric. The turmeric is what really gives us that color.
Mm-hmm. And such great health properties, too.
Oh, yeah.
So we're just going to let this cook here for a little bit on that first side while we start working on this beautiful salad here.
Yep, so this is an Israeli chopped salad. Depending on where you live in the world, you might add a little bit of red pepper or green pepper to your salad. Mm-hmm. But these are pickling cukes. They're actually local and really delicious right now. And we're just going to chop them up. It's just cubed up this cucumber. Just add that to our bowl. So it's equal parts of cucumber and tomato. I'm just gonna add a few more tomatoes in here. And then we're gonna chop up some of the parsley, which is also, so the one thing about this is it's a lot of parsley. That's what makes it more of the Israeli chopped salad.
So this salad, no lettuce, all things parsley. That's the greens.
Yeah. So we do a lot of parsley and lemon because you'll see it's a lot of parsley. Let's see how this looks. And then I'm going to put a little bit of just sea salt, a little white pepper. This is just lemon juice.
I can't add extra pepper. You know when you're at a restaurant and they're like, they bring out the pepper mill and they're like, hey, would you like salad? No, I'm good. I've got enough. I'm good. So I hear you on that. I totally get it.
And if your food is flavored correctly, you don't need to add a lot of pepper.
Yes.
So here we go. This is a beautiful Israeli chopped salad.
Oh, easy.
And I'll garnish it with. So this is great for the summer because it's just quick and it's just delicious and fresh.
Oh, and all those flavors coming together and just kind of like ready for the whole party.
Yeah. And how are we doing over here?
We're doing really good because this chicken is about to finish up. So we're taking a quick break. But when we come back, we'll show you how Chef Allison cooks up her fresh falafel and a tahini sauce with a side of spice ahead on Dinner DeeAs. Look at that. That is beautiful. Welcome back to Dinner DeeAs. We're cooking today with Chef Allison Zildjian. She specializes in healthy, local, seasonal food with her company Zildjian Catering in Sarasota. She's been sharing recipes for a healthy and delicious dinner. We're making chicken shawarma, falafel, and an Israeli chopped salad, all made from scratch. Before the break, we finished our falafels, adding a mix of soaked and cooked garbanzo beans to the herb mixture in our food processor, along with some salt, flour, baking soda, cumin, white pepper, and a 6-pepper seasoning. Then we let that sit in the fridge while we start cooking the chicken we marinated earlier, letting that heat in a hot grill pan on the stove, giving us time to make our Israeli chopped salad from cucumbers, tomatoes, parsley, lemon juice, and olive oil. And it looks as though you're taking it off the heat, so it must be ready.
Yeah, this looks great, doesn't it? Nice color.
Absolutely.
Like caramelized here. And yeah, it's all ready off the oven so it can sit for just a minute before we slice it and get to eat it with all of our delicious food we're making today.
Fantastic. And we have these beautiful, what will be, falafel.
Yeah. All right. So what we have here is a falafel tool.
Okay.
If you do not have one of these at home, you can use an ice cream scoop.
Okay.
This is a little mini scoop, but there's different sizes. You don't want them too big, but this is like for an appetizer size.
Perfect.
And so basically...
And if someone didn't have either, could they just use their hands and just kind of form their own ball?
Absolutely.
Okay.
You know, there's, one size, there's traditional size, but whatever suits you. Okay. Again, this is all being creative and doing your own thing. But so we've got our mixture. You saw us do that earlier. And we are going to just take a little bit here, and this is my spatula. So we fill the tool, I pull this down, hold it with my thumb, and then we're just kind of rounding it, okay? And then I'm just going to release it into the oil.
Oh, can I try this?
Yeah,
I gotta see how this, okay, so then you pull this down.
Pull that down.
Okay, and then we just scoop it right in.
Yep. You want to have like just a little bit of a mound, not too much.
Okay. So it's forming more of a disc rather than a ball then.
Exactly.
Okay.
A little disc. Pack it in there nice so when it releases, you're going to get a nice.
Okay. Is that about right?
That looks great.
Okay.
Plop it in there.
Boom.
Nice.
All right,
so
cool.
let's make about, 4 or 5 here because again, we get to eat them later.
Oh, yeah.
And they don't take long. Our heat, this is actually a rice bran oil. This is a non-GMO, very clean oil. You can use, you want something that's got a good high smoking point. So I recommend, either most people have vegetable oil, something that's more clean.
It's actually very fun. This is sort of like a very fun product. Like, I can think of like a million other reasons why I would want this.
Yeah. You could
Not
use
just
that.
for the falafel, but I think I've got some ideas with using this falafel tool.
Tool, yeah? What do you think you can do?
I think if I could do like a really cool like mashed potato and like have something kind of like
a little fried potato?
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
Like, or like do like an arancini or something like that.
Yeah.
And like have something, I don't know, just to keep that like hockey puck kind of form versus like the ball.
Yeah, nice little hors d'oeuvres.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you're doing a great job here.
And they're pretty quick to cook with.
Yep. One of them we lost, but that's okay.
To make any or all of these dishes for your dinner, grab the recipes from DinnerDeeAs.com. Just scan the QR code on the screen to get there. We'll get one more in there.
Yeah. So you want to make sure your oil's around 350 because most people are going to make this in a pot. They're not going to have a fryer-lator that gives you where you can read the temperature. So you want to make sure that your oil is hot enough so that you it's not sitting and absorbing all that oil for too long. So let's check some of these.
Oh, yeah.
One of these is done. So we got a nice golden brown, because you want them to cook inside. So you want a little crunchy on the outside, but you still want it a little moist in the middle, but cooked all the way.
Absolutely.
So how are we doing here?
Oh, that's that run. Yeah. Almost there. Well, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Look at those colors. All right.
Fabulous. And then this is our tahini sauce. That's really what goes on falafel.
And this is a recipe that is at dinnerdeeas.com. And so walk us through some of these ingredients here.
Okay, so again, we're using tahini. So we have tahini, lemon juice, a little bit of agave.
Okay.
So give it a little sweet, salt, white pepper, and water. So when you put the tahini in a in a food processor or your Vitamix, sometimes it'll get real thick and seize up.
Sure.
So, and you don't want to put too much lemon juice in it because it's going to be like too sour.
Yeah.
So we use water.
Okay.
Okay. So just so you know, when you're making that, you're going to put in your tahini sauce, your lemon juice, a little bit of agave, salt, white pepper, and then water will like loosen it up.
Okay.
And then we have a little secret ingredient.
You got a secret
here.
ingredient that's not even moving right now because it's so. What is the secret ingredient
This is a
here?
Carolina Reaper hot sauce.
Okay, time out on both fronts here. Okay, tahini, generally speaking, doesn't get the hot sauce, but then like you're taking not only just a hot sauce, but giving like one of the world's hottest peppers. So you're just casually just putting this into it?
Well, I wanted to give it just like a little bit of a zing, a little bit of a kick to it.
Just a little bit of a zing, a little bit of a kick.
Well, we're not going to put this whole much in it, but
I would hope not.
No, you're just going to give it like a little hit.
And that gives you the freedom as a chef to play with what you want to play
right.
with.
You
And
don't
if
have
you at
to.
home don't want to put in one of the hottest peppers on earth with like millions worth of Scovilles, what is it? Like almost like 2 million?
Yeah, what we said, 10, is it 10 million or something?
It's hot. Okay,
it's
folks,
hot.
it's hot. So if you don't want to have it, you don't need to. But if you want to try something with a punch, I'm ready for the punch.
Yeah. And then the parsley just rounds it out, gives a little bit of color and
it's
flavor.
Flesh, yes, exactly. Because if you make any of these for your dinner, let us know. Facebook us at facebook.com/DinnerDeas and send us a photo or leave us a comment. That's what Kim did. She's watching on Lake Wales and wrote us after seeing Aleka Shunk's recipes for chicken skewers, her arugula feta flatbread, and that watermelon feta salad, and not to be forgotten with that beautiful peach white wine spritzer. Kim said, made these for dinner last night. Amazing. This meal is really easy and could be made for dinner. Ingredients are easily available. Please have more meals like this that busy families can enjoy. Chef Allison, I think what we've made today is really a perfect menu for anybody that might be a busy family. Would you agree?
I agree. Yes. You know, because you're marinating chicken, you're grilling it, which is always great. I mean, we grill all year round here in Florida. And then the Israeli chopped salad. You can actually put that over greens if you want. When I serve that to my clients, I do put that as a salad. And I put mixed greens and then I pour the Israeli chopped salad over it because it already has all the dressing in it. And you can eat that as a salad with the chicken. I mean, you know, maybe some rice. What more can you ask for, right? It's just healthy, delicious, fresh.
Done right.
Done right.
Done right. When we come back, Chef Alice and I get to taste test everything we've been making on Dinner Diaz. Welcome back to Dinner Diaz. We've been making a fun, fresh, flavorful idea for dinner today with Chef Allison Zildjian. Our menu includes chicken shawarma, falafel, and an Israeli chopped salad, all made from scratch. Plus the tahini sauce with just a little kick. Because we did check, the Carolina Reaper has a heat level of 1.6 million
Scoville.
on the Scoville scale. So use it sparingly?
Use it sparingly, yeah.
Use it sparingly.
Yeah.
This is not one to go straight into.
Yeah. I mean, you know, there's some crazy people out there that like real hot.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
you know, it's up to you.
I can't do it anyway. This
Yeah.
isn't hot
Well,
ones.
we
This is
want
Dinner
to
Diaz.
taste the food, right? Like we want a little bit of heat.
You want to
but
respect all of it too.
yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
All right.
So what I did here was I put some of these Israeli chopped salad in the bottom of our pita with some of the falafel and a little tahini on top.
I love it.
And I added a little bit of the pepperoncini. So, you know, again, you can do whatever you want. You can add some olives, some marinated mushrooms, whatever you want.
You go straight to town with it too.
Yeah, go straight
You
in.
ready?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go for it. What's being celebrated with yours right here, right now, is all these incredible flavors. The crunch factor that's happening with the falafel, the bite that is absolutely incredible, flavorful, garlicky, fresh because of all that parsley behind it. That was real fantastic.
Yeah.
The tahini, it's really not as spicy as you think it would be.
No,
It doesn't. It really isn't.
I only put a dab in it. But like I said, when you add pepper, the hot pepper into something that's so mild, it just kind of brings out the flavors.
It totally does.
Yeah.
And then you have that beautiful salad that's just fresh It's light, it's bright.
Simple.
Simple as anything, that little subtlety of acidity there, but not like gonna get you on that punch of being like, whoa, hey, there's like a lemon there. This is just that little accent that just literally gives it just that little bit for these vegetables. And again, 50-50 blend there that you had of tomatoes, that
cucumber, and like I said, you could put this over mixed greens and kind of just mix that all up and eat it as a salad just like that. Yep, and then we have the shawarma.
The shawarma. Now,
which again, you could put in a pita. Or just have rice.
And for those that have never had shawarma, what should we be tasting?
Well, hopefully you taste a lot of the turmeric and the blend of the coriander, the cumin, the allspice, the yogurt. The yogurt, gives it that the little pasty coating. But nothing should be too overpowering. It's just like a blend of, and the cilantro. I love cilantro.
I do too.
I know there's people that have some kind of genetic issue where they either love it or they hate it. But to me, you can never have enough cilantro. So in the shawarma, just that blend of those Middle Eastern spices. Like I said, the allspice, the turmeric, the cardamom, the cumin, the cilantro, the yogurt.
It's a juxtaposition of flavors. You've got some warmth, you have some fresh, you have it all kind of coming together.
Yeah, it just kind of like feels like you're in the Mediterranean when you eat the shawarma. And then with the fresh of the tomato and the cucumber, I just think it's like the best.
It absolutely is. It's done right. Thanks again to Chef Allison Zildjian. A link to her website is at DeeAs.com. That's also where you can grab the recipes for everything we've been making today. I'm Jeff Philbin. Thanks for watching, and see you next time with more Dinner Diaz.